April 6, 1979, 6 o'clock in the morning. Inside the walls of Pretoria Central Prison, the air is thick with a heavy, suffocating silence. A young man, just 22 years old, listens to the approaching footsteps of the executioner. His name is Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu. In a few moments, the state will attempt to silence his voice forever. But what the apartheid regime did not understand was that some voices cannot be buried in a grave. Today, we look at the life, the sacrifice, and the final hours of an Umkhonto Sizwe operative and revolutionary who became an immortal symbol of resistance. To understand the revolutionary, we must first understand the world that built him. Solomon was born in 1956, the very decade the National Party codified its brutal system of racial segregation known as apartheid. Raised by his mother, Martha Mahlangu, a domestic worker in the township of Mamelodi, Solomon's youth was defined by systemic deprivation. He saw his community stripped of dignity, restricted by pass laws, and denied basic human rights. He attended Mamelodi High School, experiencing firsthand the inferior Bantu education system designed to subjugate Black South Africans. He was a focused youth, forced to grow up in an abnormal society, a reality that ultimately drove him to seek a path of active resistance. June 1976. The Soweto Uprising shattered the illusion of peace in South Africa. When the regime opened fire on students protesting forced Afrikaans instruction, the trauma rippled across the nation. In Mamelodi, schools were shut down due to intense riots and state violence. Solomon watched his peers and classmates gunned down in the streets by police. The classrooms had become battlegrounds, and education under apartheid was a dead end. Realizing that passive endurance would no longer stop state fascism, Solomon made a definitive, calculated choice. He left his mother, his home, and his old life behind to join the liberation movement. In October 1976, Solomon slipped across the border into Mozambique, eventually reaching the training camps of Umkhonto Sizwe, the armed wing of the African National Congress, in Angola. He was absorbed into the historic June 16th detachment. In the dense bush, he underwent grueling military, political, and sabotage training. He transformed into Comrade Kalushi, a highly disciplined, skilled operative. He mastered weaponry, guerrilla tactics, and explosives, driven by a singular strategic mission to return to South Africa and dismantle the machinery of oppression from within. June 1977. Solomon and his comrades, Mahlangu Documentary and George Lucky Mahlangu, infiltrated back into South Africa via Swaziland. Heavily armed, their objective was to assist with student protests planned to commemorate the Soweto Uprising. On June 13th, on Goch Street in Johannesburg, a suspicious police officer accosted them. A chaotic struggle erupted. In the panic of the ensuing gunfight inside a warehouse, 2 white civilians were killed. George managed to escape the dragnet. Mahlangu Documentary was brutally assaulted by police, suffering severe, irreversible brain damage. Solomon was captured alive. Though ballistic evidence later proved Solomon had not fired a single fatal shot, the state had found the political target it wanted. The state trial was a political showcase. Solomon pleaded not guilty, but the judiciary weaponized the common purpose doctrine. The court ruled that because Solomon was part of the armed unit, he shared equal guilt for the deaths, regardless of who pulled the trigger. On March 2nd, 1978, he was sentenced to death by hanging. The international community erupted in outrage. the United Nations, European governments, and global anti-apartheid movements intensely lobbied for clemency. But the Pretoria regime refused to budge, desperate to project absolute control. Yet, during his months on death row, guards noted that Solomon remained completely unshakable, refusing to beg the regime for mercy. As he was led to the gallows on April 6, 1979, Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu delivered his final words to his mother, words that would echo through history. "Tell my people that I love them. They must continue the fight. My blood will nourish the tree that will bear the fruits of freedom." His execution did not intimidate the liberation movement. It electrified it. Thousands of young South Africans left the country to join MK, marching under the banner of his name. He did not live to see the democratic elections of 1994, but his sacrifice cemented him forever as an architect of South Africa's liberation. Solomon Mahlangu's legacy stands as a stark reminder of the true cost of liberation. If you believe this history must be accurately preserved, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts on Comrade Kalushi in the comments below. Thank you for watching.